Namaste and welcome to Tridevi Chumundamanda in Denver, Colorado. This is Yamajet, and thank you so very much for joining me this evening for a Friday Puja and Satsang. Tonight is part 50 of our series on the 64 Yoginis, and this evening I'm going to be sharing with you a Puja and a Satsang to Brahmini Yogini. You might be familiar with the name Brahmani as being one of the Ashtamatrika, that is the 8 little mother goddesses. Before we begin, I'd like to make a couple of announcements. So this coming Tuesday is part 32 of our Kali for Everyone series, and it'll be a puja and satsang to another Tibetan goddess, this one Palden Lamo. And then next Friday, being the first Friday of December, I'll be sharing with you a Cho-based guided meditation for Ma Dakshin Kali, the Kali of the South. And this will be a meditation for the relief of personal difficulties, personal and collective, actually. So let's go ahead and begin with our satsang. And I'd first like to show you the Brahmani image from the 64 Yogini temple in Hirapur in the Indian state of Orissa. And we see that she has 1, 2, 3 faces. Actually, there's a 4th behind, so she has the same number of faces as her male counterpart, Lord Brahma, the embodiment of creation. She was 4-armed. Those arms have been broken away, so it's hard to tell what objects she was wearing, and she's just simply standing on a rectangular pedestal. Note the conical crown, and this shows some degree of South Indian influence in this particular sculpture. So if we look at a more modern illustration of Brahmani, like in this picture, I'm going to discuss some of the objects that the Hirapur image might very well have been holding. So the conical crown, this is called a Karna Mukuta. I'll be saying a bit more about that later. She has 4 faces, like the god of creation, Lord Brahma, who in the very beginning uttered the syllable Om, and that vibration brought the universe into being. Objects that Brahmani may be holding is a water pot representing the causal waters from which all creation is sprung. When we look at another image of Brahmani, her body is gold in color. She typically also holds a scriptural book, interpreted by many as representing the Veda, the earliest of the Hindu scriptures. And she may also have been holding Vrada Mudra, the hand gesture of giving boons. She is sometimes seated on a red lotus or a swan or sometimes a peacock, and I'll be saying a little bit more about that. She can also be shown carrying a mala, prayer necklace, like this one here. And with it, she may be holding a Bhaya Mudra, the mudra of dispelling fear. The mala that she's holding represents the power of of mantra. Another object that Brahmani is sometimes holding is a ladle, also called a shruk, which is utilized in the act of performing sacrifices, like a spoon used to give ghee during a fire ceremony. And Because she's the female counterpart to Brahma, she's actually a form of Ma Sarasvati herself. And so she may also be shown holding a musical instrument called a veena, and this represents the human voice and also the arts and culture. She may also be shown holding an elephant goad for a little hook, like we see in this picture, which represents the divine's ability to guide us in the right direction. The scriptural book that I mentioned before also represents education and learning. And every school that I ever taught in or visited in India and Nepal had, if not a temple to Sarasvati on site, at least a very prominent image of Ma Sarasvati. The crown, which I mentioned before, is associated as a form of protective armor. So there's a protective aspect to this form of the Divine Mother. And when we look at Brahmani among the little mothers, the matrika, either 7 or 8 in number, the matrikas protect their devotees against specific demons, and Brahmani protects her devotees against the demon of pride, also called Mada Ashura. Her seed syllable is Am. And as a puja mantra, we'll be using Om Aam Namaha. And then when we begin to give our fire offerings, I'm going to switch that a little bit, make it more standard for a fire puja. And I'll be saying Om Aam Svaha. And I'll invite you to join me in chanting those mantras. As an invocation, I'll also be using her Gayatri mantra, which I'll also translate. So, Jai Ma Brahmani, Jai Ma Brahmani. And also we can just as equally say Jai Ma Sarasvati and her association with learning and the arts. So to begin our puja, I invite you to take a comfortable seated position where you can look upon your screen with a relaxed gaze. Maybe roll the shoulders back so your breath can be full and deep. And I invite you to focus on our image of Brahmini Yogini. But let's begin with some long, deep yogic breath. Long, slow, deep breathing. Breathing away the cares and the concerns of the day. Breathing away those distracting thoughts that might keep us from focusing on the divine both within and without. And breathing in a deeper and deeper sense of relaxation and a sense of peace. And a desire to focus upon the present moment. And focusing on your heart center, I invite you to take a moment to connect with that divine presence within yourself, knowing she's there for you always, to guide you, to heal you, to bring you to those resolutions that you need. And I also invite you to think about some aspect of your life that is ready for healing or transformation, or something that is ready for resolution within your life. And I invite you to formulate a short intention, a personal intention or sankalpa for our work tonight. And acknowledging that in taking part in tonight's practice, you're taking a giant step toward that healing, toward that resolution, toward the fulfillment of that need, either for somebody close to you or for yourself. And slowly bringing the palms of your hands together at your heart center. First, take a moment to silently recite your personal intention 3 times. And then let's open our practice by chanting her seed syllable Am, A-A-M, 3 times. So deep inhale. Second deep inhale, Am. Third deep inhale. Jai Ma Brahmini. Jai Ma Brahmini. Jai Ma Brahmini. Om Pavitra Pavitrova Sarvavistam Gatopiva Yashmade Pandarikaksham Sabhyabhyanta Sushi. Om Shuklam Varanam Vishnum Zashivanam Shadobhijam Prasnavaranam Dayat Sarvavigno Pasantayat Jaganesha. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshvara Guru Sakshat Padam Brahma Tasmai Sri Guru Namah. Jai Guru. Om Trayambakam Yajamaye Sagandim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukameva Bandhanan Machur Mukshyam Amritat. Om Namah Shivaya. Devi Prapanote Hare Prasida Prasida Matara Jagata Kilasya Prasida Bishvesvara Pe Vishvam Tvam Ishwara Devi Chachara Charasya Jema Devi. Om Jayanti Mangalakali Bhadrakali Kapalini Durga Shama Shiva Datri Svasvadana Mostute Jayatvam Devi Chamunde Jayabhutita Harani Jayasavagate Devi Kalaratri Namostute Jemakali Om Mahadevi Brahmani Vidmahe Mahashakti Chadimahi Tano Devi Prachodayat Jema Brahmani. Om to the goddess Brahmani, whom we know, the great goddess to whom we contemplate. Through her, we are enlightened. Jema, Jema, Jema. So I invite you to join me as I give the puja offerings to join in our mantra Om Aam Namaha. 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 Om Aam Brahmani Devye Namaha. Om Aam Sarasvati Devye Namaha. Jema, Jema, Jema. Kapuraguram Karunavataram Samsara Saram Bhujagendra Haram Sada Santam Hridayaravindeya Bivam Bivani Saitam Namami Devi Prapanote Hare Prasida Prasida Matara Jagata Kilasya Prasida Vishve Svadape Vishvam Svameshwara Devi Chachara Charasya Om Agni Jyotir Jyotiagnir Sva Agni Jyotir Jyotiagnir Sva Agni Jyotir Jyotiagnir Sva. So I invite you now to continue joining me in our mantra, Om Am Svaha. You can chant out loud, or you can just simply listen and either way, let the sound of the mantra guide your consciousness to where it needs to be. This can be an open-eyed meditation or a closed-eyed meditation. Om Aam Namaha. 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 Om Aam Svaha. 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 Aam Svaha. Om 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 Aam Svaha. So if your eyes are closed, I invite you to slowly open your eyes, to look upon your screen with a relaxed gaze. And I invite you to focus, meditate upon the fire. Meditating upon the fire and the image of Ma Brahmini behind it. And feel those things that no longer work for you in your life. Feel those things going into the fire as an offering for transformation. And feel those transmuted energies returning to you in the form of heat and in the form of light. So let fear be transformed into courage. Insecurity into confidence. Poverty into prosperity. Illness into health and well-being. Emptiness into fullness. And feel the vibrations of the mantra working toward the fulfillment of your personal intentions. Om Aam Svaha. Om Aam Svaha. Om Aam Svaha. Om Aam Brahmani Devye Svaha. Jema. 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 Om Sava Mangala Mangalye Shiva Svada Sadike Saranye Trambake Devi Narayane Namostute. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamashoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityumamritam Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sanavavatu Sanau Bunaktu Saviryam Kadavavahai Tejasvinavadita Mastu Mavid Vidyavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Om. Jai Ganesha. Jai Guru. Om Namah Shivaya. Jai Ma Devi. Jai Ma Kali. Jai Ma Brahmani. Jai Ma Brahmani. Jai Ma Brahmani Devi. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. Jai Mata Di. So I invite you now to bring the palms of your hands together at your heart center. Once again, thanking and acknowledging that divine presence within yourself, especially its manifestation of Ma Brahmani, Ma Sarasvati, the divine power of creation. And taking a moment to give gratitude to yourself for taking part in our practice this evening. Knowing you can replay the recording of this broadcast anytime you'd like to do this meditation again. And slowly opening your eyes. Namaste. Blessings always. Thank you so very much for joining me this evening. And Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Namaste. So as always, I hope you enjoyed that. Always welcome questions, comments. You can email me at aumcdevi, AUMCDEVI, @gmail.com. And I look forward to you joining me on Tuesday for our next installment of Kali for Everyone and our honoring of another form, a very wrathful form of the Divine Mother, Palden Lamo. As always, I would advise you to take some time for some personal contemplation, quiet contemplation, before resuming the evenings or the day's activities. I'd like to thank everyone who was joining live this evening, and I'd also like to thank everyone who will be watching the recording in the future. I wish you to have a wonderful night, a wonderful couple of days ahead. Jai Mata Di, Jai Mata Di, Jai Mata Di. Thank you again. Wonderful night. Jai Ma.